Welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Chamber of Commerce, and thank you to Cox Communication for airing this show. The first guest is the Florida Small Business Development Center at the University of West Florida. We have Kelly Massey, your regional director, and Ayesha Haider, you are a business consultant. Welcome to the show. We're glad to have you all.
Thanks for having us, Elizabeth.
So starting off, what is the SBDC? What do y'all do?
So the state, or the Florida SBDC at UWF is the state's principal provider of business assistance services. So we're actually designated by the state legislator to provide business assistance services throughout the state of Florida. The UWF region is one of 9 regions throughout the state, and so our region basically covers the central time zone of Florida. Before I get into what we do, I'll kind of tell you a little bit about where we're located. Of course, one of the locations we have is inside the Destin Chamber, so thank you guys for having us there. We have several locations. I'll try to go through them relatively quickly, but we're located on campus at University of West Florida, also downtown inside the UWF Cybersecurity Building, or the Studer Community Institute building. A lot of people know it as that. But we also have offices, in addition to the Destin Chamber, inside several other chambers, being Gulf Breeze Chamber, Navarre Chamber, Santa Rosa County Economic Development Office, Crestview Chamber. We're actually about to open an office in Defuniak Springs as well at the Walton County Area Chamber, inside Carr Riggs and Ingram and Panama City Beach, and also at Chipola College in Mariana. So we are trying to make it to where people throughout our region can go see us and get business assistance services or business consulting without having to drive, to Pensacola, for example.
That has been a wonderful relationship, having you all in our office and being able to immediately refer members over. So thank you for doing that. I know the other chambers appreciate it as well.
Yeah, and so getting into what we do is we basically provide assistance and consulting with business fundamentals. And so, for example, we work with businesses throughout the spectrum. So anything from physicians to manufacturing facilities to nursing homes to restaurants to hotels. There's really nothing outside of our gamut. I would say the only thing that we can't do are things that are prohibited by federal law. Other than that, and really there's no business too big. We can work with, we've done business, work with Gulf Power, we work with government agencies on request. And so unless it's like Walmart, we can work with pretty much anybody. And we have people with a lot of expertise on our team, and I think Ayesha's going to talk about that in a minute, but with big and small companies, have owned businesses or currently own businesses throughout our staff as well. Another thing that's great is we have access to a lot of resources through the university, through databases that we pay thousands and thousands of dollars for, that can help businesses bolster up, for example, their financial projections. So, you go into Synovus Bank and you say, hey, I want to open I'm a physician now, I want to open my new clinic, and they're going to go, okay, that's great. How much are you going to make? What are your sales going to be? What are your costs of goods sold? And the doctors. Like we have one client, Dr. Gene Teresa, who is a serial entrepreneur in Pensacola. He's very good at business, but we help him through a lot of projects. But anyway, we can help pull research that says, okay, if you're going to open a family practice office in this area, you can expect to do, $3 million in sales, and here's what your gross profit's going to be, here's what your cost of goods sold is going to be, here's what you can expect your net profit. So things that even a lot of bankers may not have access to help bolster up those projections, that way when you go for loans. But that's just one example. Other things that we do is help people with marketing. So you have a business and you don't really know how to deal with social media, content marketing, traditional marketing. Do I need to advertise with Cat Country? Cat Country is one of our clients, by the way, that we worked with 17, 18 years ago now to actually help them come. I think you guys can get Cat Country over here. I'm not sure if it reaches this far or not, but they're located in Pensacola. And so, there's not a whole lot outside of our scope of expertise. And if not, if we can't help, we generally know what resources can help you. Finally, one of the main things that we do is government contracting. So if you want to do business with a military basis or with state governments, federal governments, local governments, we can help people work through that process as well. Just this last year, we did, I think, $90 million in government contracts just in our 10-county region. That was a good year for us, but typically speaking, we're usually north of $30 million a year just in government contracts.
So it sounds like any kind of business can come to y'all, from someone thinking of an idea or a business that's been here 20 years and just maybe wants to tweak something or get a little extra help.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. I'd say about 60 to 70% of our time is working with existing businesses that are wanting to grow. Do they need to start another shift? Do they need to buy that equipment? What's the payback period? What's their break even? You know, we work on all those things with it. But it's also with the pre-ventures. Do you have a business concept? How can you look at that business concept? Do we need to do a feasibility study? Do you need a minimum viable product? You know, we'll take you through every step on how you can, number one, is it a good idea to begin with, and can you make it into a good idea? And so we'll take people through those processes and also help them, okay, we've determined this is probably a good idea. It's probably bankable, and we will help you, approach the banks and funding or angel investors to help them secure that as well. So yeah, we'll take them through the whole thing.
I mean, this is a lot of research that y'all provide to people, and it's at no cost.
That is at no cost, and the reason it's at no cost is we are a government agency, so our primary funding partners are the U.S. Small Business Administration, Defense Logistics Agency, who gives us money to help people with government contracting. The state of Florida is good to us, and then of course the universities that house each institution, ours being UWF.
And y'all have business consultants from all different backgrounds. Can you tell me a little bit about your different consultants?
So in total, we have 12 consultants that are, based in the area that Kelly described, from Bay County all the way out to Escambia. We have consultants that came to us with backgrounds in academia, marketing, communications, and professional services. I personally have a background in international trade. Many of our consultants are current or prior small business owners, so they do also bring a lot of real world experience.
I bet that's very valuable.
It is. And in addition to that, the organization itself is very devoted towards further professional development. So they are very supportive in giving us the resources that we need to further develop our skills. And so, our past experience coupled with the professional development opportunities that we receive, it really helps us provide, real world, actionable, high level advice for our small business clients.
And can you give contact information if a business is out there and wants to get in touch with you? How would they do that?
The best way of getting in touch with us would be through our website, which is www.sbdc.uwf.edu, and you can submit a request for consulting. That will come to us, and we will assign a consultant to work with you based on where you're located or where your preference for meeting is.
I cannot believe that we are already out of time. This is so interesting. We could talk about it for a very long time, hear more examples of your businesses, but y'all should definitely check out the Florida SBDC. Thank y'all so much for being here. We'll be right back.